Yeah, I know of a man who bought land for 1 million. Today, that same piece of property is going for 2 million. Yeah. So if he sold that land 5 years after he bought it, he couldn't have sold it for, he could have sold it for peanuts. Yeah, do you agree? Yeah, if he had not waited enough, maybe it will be 1 point something. Yeah, but land banking and strategic land investment, it is wise to say to yourself that I will buy at least two plots, okay? Yeah, and then I will keep it. I will not be in a hurry to sell it. Yeah, if this man will be in a hurry to sell today, will be regretting, be full of regrets. And these are the reasons you should not rush to make certain decisions because of temporary financial constraints. Okay, you rush and you sell your parcel of land, for throwaway price. Some of you have heard the story between Jacob and Esau, where he sold his birthright for just a piece of bread. So you don't want to be one of those sets of people regretting, I wish I would have kept it for even 3 years. So calm down, cool down, give it at least 5 years. You can decide not to wait for 5 years, upon you to decide. Yeah, but if you can wait and then you improve on the land, maybe add some value. Yeah, maybe you bought the land and then you decide to fence it throughout. As a result, you added some value to it immediately, and at that point you will still be able to sell it for something because you've also added value to that property. Yeah, you've added value to that property. So in many cases of land banking, you will buy it from maybe an open source and you leave it for a while. Yeah, because if you immediately start selling, you are the one who will lose. So I assure you that you look back years later and start regretting why you sold it all very fast. So you don't want to put yourself in a situation whereby you bought a nice property, nice land, and regret later that you were not patient. And I've had several clients regretting about their land banking investments because the property they sold for cheaply, for peanuts, eventually became very big and was going for millions of shillings. And I'm sure some of you have met people like that who sold their property very early. And of course, you don't want to join them. You don't want to sell too early, except you bought so much that you can sell part, but at least keep it for 5 years. Don't rush. Don't be one of those people who sell their fortune because you are urgently hungry. You urgently need money. Because one of the things we need to realize is that land banking is a long-term game, not a short-term game. Yeah, and every land banking professional knows this. Okay, so you need to be patient because land banking investments, strategic land banking investments, is a long-term game. Number 3, sell half of your property or land after 4 years and use the money to buy a new plot. Yeah, you can sell half of the property after 4 years or 5 and look for a new location that is developing and suitable for strategic land investments. And our work as 𝐡𝐴𝑠table properties is we look for new locations that are poised for growth, new locations that are strategic for growth. Okay, so in 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, the location you bought will have started taking shape, and new locations would have emerged that also have the potential for appreciation. And that is specifically our work as 𝐡𝐴𝑠table properties. We look for emerging locations that have potential for appreciation, okay, and we connect you with these locations. So rather than wait, sell half of the one you bought and look for a new location. Maybe if you bought 2, sell it and look for a new location that appreciates and tie something down there as well. Is this making sense to you? Yeah? And that is how wealthy people create wealth. They're always ahead of time. They continually invest in properties and are conscious of locations and always move fast. You know? So you need to move with speed. You need to be conscious of new locations. You need to ask yourself, where are people going? Yeah? Go there before they arrive and buy. Be able to see into the future and peg the opportunities in it. Yeah? Don't wait until an area explodes. When you wait until an area explodes, you're already too late. Yeah? And you are saying that the most important move is to sell half of the land and look for another promising location to purchase. And at that point, you can as well use some money to start maybe building some residential accommodation in that location, or maybe some houses to begin selling. Okay? So these are powerful ways to build wealth and become a land banking millionaire. So you want to act fast. You want to take them quickly and be very proactive in your moves. Okay? Then, number 4, use the evidence of your property to attract other people's money. So, OPM means other people's money. You have to use other people's money. And the way you can use other people's money in land investment is to prove to them that you also bought yourself. So many people find it difficult to use other people's money when it comes to strategic land banking properties, because they are trying to sell the land. They have not used their money to buy. So imagine you are trying to convince your friends to buy a particular land in Nairobi Metropolitan, and they ask you if you yourself you have bought. And all you can say is, no, don't bother about that. The place is good. You just buy, you just invest. And at that point, you lack what we call credibility. Yeah? So how can you tell me, your friend, to do something you yourself you have not done before? So for you to have not found the money to have invested in the property, why are you then telling me to invest in it? And this is one of the biggest mistakes many property agents make. So after you have bought, one of the most significant ways to raise money is to keep buying more land. Okay? Is to become a property broker. But always use the evidence of the one you bought to convince your friends and loved ones to buy. Yeah? If I'm telling you to buy a property in Nairobi Metropolitan, no, I own a property there. So people always ask me, how are you able to convince people? Yeah? So people trust me because they know I've used my money to buy the land. Yeah, I myself have invested in the property. So if you're buying one plot, 1 acre, I've also used my money in the same place that I'm telling you to buy. I've tied my money there. So you'll be comfortable trusting me because I was the first person to get there. And I wouldn't put my money if I'm not convinced that this place is strategic. This place has a great potential. Yeah. So many of you don't know that once you have bought land, you have earned credibility to sell to people. And an average company gives you a commission of, let's say, 10%. Yeah, maximum 15, 12, 5%. Yeah, on every land bought through you. So becoming wealthy is a function of your residual income, the extra token, 1% here, 2% there, 5% there. No, it's not a function of your active income. It's a function of your passive income. So it is a mighty move when you get a percentage from another person's effort. And that is how to make wealth. Yeah, you get a percentage from another person's effort. So it's a powerful strategy that people have used repeatedly and has worked for them, other people's money. But it will be challenging to use other people's money by telling them to come invest if you have not built credibility by proving you have bought the land with your own money. So when you convince your friends to buy land, you get a commission which you can then use to purchase more land. If I buy one plot and convince 10 of my friends to buy, I get a commission on them. And that gives me enough money to get one extra plot. So suppose I combine 50 people. That gives me enough money to get extra 5 plots. And this is how you can acquire more land with other people's money instead of your money. Okay? So the mistake you make is that instead of buying the land first and convincing your family members and friends to buy through you, you first tell them about your intentions, and when they ask where, and you reply that it's in Nairobi Metropolitan, they advise you, no, don't do it, and they convince you against your intentions. You know, the thing is, it will help if you bought it first. And that's what I do. I buy my properties first before I even tell my family members. Yeah? Because somebody who has not bought a property will discourage you from buying, because they don't know the intricacies that comes with buying property. They just know the risk, and they're not willing to take any risk. So if I told my family members that I want to go into the land business, they would have not agreed. They would have discouraged me because of the history that they have had with the land investments. Yeah? Okay? So the lesson here is, for you to build credibility, you have to test the product first. So many of us want to do great things in business, in investment, but the thing we do is we first tell people we want to make this move, and then they put fear on you. You want to invest in this area, they put fear on you, they discourage you from investing in that area, and at the end of the day you end up not doing it. And then you blame them if you realize that you should have done it in the future, and it is them who discouraged you from doing it. Meanwhile, it is your fault. You should have first done it. You should have first taken the risk, and then afterwards you share with them your testimony, you know, and convince them to follow you. Okay? So number 5, get a mentor. And mentorship is essential. It's always wise to get somebody who has results in the business to mentor you. And I always tell people it's wisdom. Don't be greedy. Don't think you are clever. I tell people, business people do not always look sharp. They're not the wisest, they're not the smartest. Yeah? Entrepreneurs do not always look like they know what they're doing. This is because most entrepreneurs always, you know, they pay dues. They share whatever they are making. Yeah? Part of our money is going to the taxman, going to brokers, going to staff. There's a lot of distribution that is happening. Yeah? So that is how wealth is created. But when you meet an average poor man, he doesn't want to share his profits with anybody. He wants to eat alone. So he's always like, I can do it by myself. What's the big deal there? So you need to get a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, how do you know the right place to buy one? How do you even secure the land? Because land banking investments is usually buying a piece of property with the potential to appreciate. So you need a mentor to show you this. When you buy land, how do you make sure it doesn't get taken from you? You need a mentor to show you how. Mentors play a critical role in helping you to build massive wealth, and that's how you get wealthy. Use a mentor's help. Yeah? Because a mentor will help you to navigate the challenges, the problems. You know, they've gone ahead of you, they've faced a lot of challenges here and there. They'll be able to guide you on which roads not to use, which roads to use. Yeah. So many times if you get a mentor that is a neutral person, it will help you review the decisions you made, your steps and actions that made you lose money. You'll realize that you also made some mistakes. But we often go into investment with emotions and sentiments and without mentors. Even if a mentor advice to you, tell him is not related to you. So you should keep quiet. Yeah, many times people play the victim. The reality is that they played sentiments several years ago. You know, is my cousin, is my in-law, is my nephew. Yeah. So you need to go to a neutral person. Yeah. And if you're going to do well, it's because you have a mentor. So if you have a mentor, give me a 3 in the comment section. If you have a mentor guiding you towards land investments, give me a 3. If you don't have a mentor, someone guiding you towards land investments, give me a 4. Yeah. If you don't have a mentor, give me a 4 in the comment section. So mentors are very critical, and that's where we come in as 𝐻 Properties, to mentor you, to guide you on your land banking investments, to work with you, to help you identify strategic locations that are coming up. And that's where we come in as 𝐻 Properties. We are coming in as your mentor so that you don't make the mistakes that we made when we first began in the land investments journey.